Welcome back to the summer. This is Marlon Lowe. We got a solo dolo performance today, but I'm not by myself. I am with the head coach of the Rio Grande Valley, of Texas Rio Grande Valley, Mr. Lou Hill.
What's up, people? How y'all doing?
Yes, sir. Lou, y'all in Houston for a day right now, just to try to get a little work in. What brings you to Houston today?
Well, we have a scrimmage today against HBU, and be a good test for us. Get to see where my team is and how we handle, adversity on the court, and just getting to let them know how we do things on the road. So it's a good fun situation for us.
Give you a chance to really see what they made of if they can retain that information that you've been trying to work on all the time too.
Well, yeah, I push them hard on the court, but I told them they'll get to see a different person today. I told them practice is for the coach, the game is for you. So,
no doubt.
So now I just want to see them put the game plan into action.
There it is. What has been let's take it back. Let's start at the beginning with you. How long have you been coaching college basketball?
This is my 26th year.
26.
Long time. Paid my dues.
Where did it start out at?
I started at Wichita East. I played a year in Germany, had a car accident, so my career was over at a young age, and then I was just sitting in the gym doing Xavier McDaniel's camp, and the principal come up and asked me what I'm doing if I wanted to coach a JV team, and I just said, well, I'll try it, because I was going to rehab and play again, but once I started coaching and helping young kids out, that was just my passion.
Right. Now, what city was this in? Where was this at?
Wichita, Kansas.
It was Wichita, Kansas. He said Xavier McDaniel. That's the X-Man. People don't remember him.
No, people remember him. He was the first one to lead the nation in scoring and rebound.
Nah, we remember him. Most people remember that Seattle Supersonics. That's when people don't remember that he went to Wichita State.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That he's from there. But we remember him just because connoisseurs, basketball connoisseurs.
Yeah.
But he was a dog.
Yes.
And that was your guy. He was working his camp with him.
Yeah. I was running this camp.
Yeah. So you started out with running this camp in Wichita, and you originally from New York, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, we both went to Wichita State.
Uh-huh.
So that's where I met him.
That's where y'all got at. And then you originally from New York. Mount Vernon. Money earning?
Money earning.
Heavy D. Bone dilly dee. For those that don't. Yeah, okay. What brought you down to Texas? I know you went to JUCO.
Went to San Jacinto. Back then they didn't have prep schools and all that, and that time of my life, school wasn't very important, so you play ball. If you don't get your grades, you go to JUCO. There was no prep schools. There was no reclassification. There wasn't any of that. That's when JUCO basketball was at its height.
Yeah. I remember them days. So from there is where you went to
Wichita State.
And then after you left Xavier McDaniel's camp and you was coaching JUCO, went to the JV, coaching JV. When did you eventually get into college basketball?
The next year, my JUCO coach, Ronnie Arrow, gave me a job at South Alabama.
So Ronnie Arrow gave you the first job for your first job at South Alabama. How long you stay there?
2 years. So I moved around.
When you left 2 years. Was it your intent to move? Did Ronnie help you to move? And what was his intent?
Well, that's when the rule changed about where the third guy, because it was the third guy then, couldn't make but $12,000. I was like, oh no, I can't do that.
What?
Yeah, so restricted earnings coach.
So basically, you saying you left because it was a restriction on your pay?
Yes.
And you could only make $12 grand then?
At that time, yes.
It was maxed out at that?
Yeah. Then they, all the coaches sued and won the case, of course. Then I should have stayed one more year. I would have been in that lawsuit and got a little money.
That's funny because you know what? I've been around the game a long time. I've never heard that, though. Never heard that. Didn't know that. So,
well, you learn something new every day.
Man, that's the purpose of this joint we doing right now, man. It's just, we put it all out there. So you left there. Where'd you go from South Alabama?
Southeast Missouri State.
So, okay, from down south to the Midwest. How was that?
It was good. That was my first time recruiting. I got a chance to go on the road at a young age and learn a lot from a lot of people that had recruited me, and people that I knew from back in New York that just kind of put me under their wings and kind of taught me the ins and outs of the job.
You get anybody from New York on your first recruiting job?
At South Alabama, I did.
What?
Yeah, I was recruiting from the phone.
Oh, that's changed
Yeah,
nowadays.
you can't do that anymore.
Ah, so South Alabama, you got somebody. Then you went to Southeast,
Yes.
and you got somebody again.
No, I didn't get anybody from New York from there.
How long were you there?
3 years.
So you was learning to work your Midwest connections then.
Yes. Then I had the opportunity to move and come closer back to the east with East Carolina.
Okay. Who was the coach there?
When I first went, Eddie Payne. Then he left and went to Oregon State. Joe Dooley got the job, and I worked with Joe. It was fun. We were the youngest staff in the country. He used to be at KU.
Yeah. Okay, Joe. I remember that.
Joe and I and Lane Odom, we were the youngest coaching staff in the country at the time.
Y'all was flaunting that too.
Yes.
Y'all was working that thing.
Yeah. We was getting a lot of people. It was fun. It was fun.
So it wasn't hard on the road then. Y'all was just kicking it.
It was having a ball. But I've been having a ball since I got in the business. You know, when you're doing something that you love to do, you're having a ball. So,
Right.
So I'm enjoying the journey and the ride all the way to wherever God got in store for me.
South Carolina.
East Carolina.
East Carolina. From there, 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Then you
Then I went
moved.
to Texas A&M. Came back to Texas.
Who was that in when you were there?
Melvin Watkins.
Melvin Watkins.
Yeah, we didn't do so good. You know, I couldn't get all my Texas guys to help me at that time, but I got in good with them and started learning and talking, and then now we real good here.
I was saying because you got Texas roots being from when you went to San Jack, you got some Texas connections. So you went to A&M, and Melvin Watkins was there, who's currently still at Arkansas right now, right?
Arkansas, yes.
Y'all got good relationships there?
Oh, great relationship. I
You know,
spoke to him the other day.
Good, because some people, they kind of fall out. I've seen that and heard that before. Sometimes, not like it's a big deal.
You know, the thing with us, we realists. You know, we didn't get it done. That's the bottom line. You know, either you could sit and complain about everything, but that's life, man. Either you get it done or you don't. We didn't. We had a good run. We had good stretches, but I could sit here and give you 1,000 excuses. But why?
Now, let's talk about that real quick. Because first, that's mad respect for you to say something like that. Because many people come on, or they try to hold or hide things out. And when you say you didn't get it done, what does that mean? Because if it's a parent that's listening, they don't know what that means. Obviously, some other coaches will know. But even for some young coaches that's coming in the game, how can you enlighten them to be like, look, man, this is what can happen. Or this is what goes on.
Well, when you're taking over a program like we did at A&M that was on probation at the time we went there, it's a lot of obstacles you have to overcome. But while you're doing it, it's still about winning and losing, you know. And people just say it's all about graduation. That's not true. We graduated everybody.
Right.
It's about winning and losing and graduating kids. So we did one. We didn't do the other. But, the thing is you gotta, when you're recruiting, you think sometimes it's just getting the best players.
Right.
You have to get the best players that fit your style, and you have to have a great chemistry. And and we didn't do that. We got great talent because obviously we had AC Law, Antoine Wright, Bernard King, Joseph Jones was coming as we were leaving. So we had good players, Nick Anderson. We had really, really good players.
So y'all had those guys that Billy Gillespie came in
one
from
with-
y'all.
one
So
with-
he won with y'all guys
Yeah,
because
yeah.
AC Law is what y'all bought in.
Yes.
Y'all bought in the big fellow who you just say from Normandy,
Yes,
Joseph Jones.
Yes. Yeah. So we was recruiting the right players.
Right.
But I always say, and I tell our guys, we didn't have enough good guards. We had bigs and wings, but college is a guards game. And AC, Bernard King was a good guard, but we didn't have good point guards with him.
Right.
AC Law was we knew he was going to be special.
How long were you there?
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So from when we didn't get it done, we went out to Vegas
With Coach Kruger.
Lon Kruger. Did you know Coach Kruger before you went there?
No, I didn't. Well, we played against each other. I was at Wichita State. He was at K-State as the head coach, so our teams played against him. But my head coach, Eddie Fogel, and him are really, really good friends.
So that was the plug.
That was the plot, yeah.
So you went to UNLV. Y'all stayed out there for a minute.
And I won't take, and Rodney Hurd knew him too, and Rodney and I are good friends, so I forgot about that. I don't want to take
It's all good. No doubt. No.
Props away from him.
No doubt, because he'd be listening to me like, oh, okay, Lou, that's what it is.
So between those two, and me just going out there and coach, calling people, and people I know like Robert McCullen helped me because I met Robert throughout the years, and he knew about my character. So so those are the people that helped me get in with him, and had other people just make calls, but Coach Kruger and Rodney Hurd was the first two to put the plug in. Of course, as when you're trying to get a job, you flooded with other names.
Right.
But those was the first two initially that helped me with them.
And when you went, how many people was he? Was he just looking for one position?
No, he was running a whole different
whole staff.
Yeah.
So when people bring in a whole staff, Lou, how many, especially at a place like Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas, how many people do you think name was in the hat when it came down to him? Yes.
It came down to Coach Kruger?
When it came down to him, the one to fill his staff.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure
How many people were in that hat?
Oh, my God, hundreds and hundreds of names. He probably was getting so many calls that would just blow him away.
Right.
But he's been through that, so he knew how to dissect it.
No doubt. But as a young guy that's trying to move on back up, I mean, you get a little older now, you had to be like, it's almost like winning the quote unquote kind of winning the lottery.
Well, when I went to Vegas, though, don't throw me out there. When I went to Vegas, I still was young.
hey, a veteran in the game now.
A veteran in the game, yeah.
You're a veteran in the game. Yeah, my bad, I stand corrected. But to be able to do that, that's like almost like kind of like landing the lottery. Not the million, but you're like, look, that was a good hit.
Oh, no,
I made it.
I went and worked for one of the best men that you could. Better man than a better coach,
Yeah.
So just taught me a lot, sit back and learn a lot from him. But I learned a lot from each and every place that I've been.
Right.
You take a little bit of everything. But once I got to him, my career just really skyrocketed.
Did the guys that was pulling for you at the time, when you got the job, did they call you and congratulate you?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
I'm just asking because I don't, you hear a lot of different things, and, it is what it is. I mean, you got good and bad with everything, but I'm cool with that. How long were you at Vegas?
5 years.
Your recruiting classes. Where'd y'all do when you was in Vegas?
Oh, Wink Adams was one of my first recruiting classes.
Javon
Adams.
Yeah.
And Joel Anthony, who played with the Miami Heat.
Joel Anthony.
Who started on one of the championship teams. So, you learn. So I learned what we did was I got players that could play for Coach Kruger and his system. I learned from my mistakes with A&M, what I didn't do right, what I did. And I got guards. I always had guards after that.
Guards win games in
Guards win games. Guards win games.
What? Ask Villanova. They know. And they only had one guy that wound up being a pro, right?
Yep.
Them guards win games in high school, guards win games in college. Sometimes it's a little different when you get to the pro.
My son touched me on the back like, you can't bring up Villanova to me.
Why not?
Did you see what they did to us in the Final Four? So, that's a touchy subject to me.
Oh! and you had one of your New York guards for you with Oklahoma, too. Cousins. Cousins. So, we was at UNLV, and you winning. And what you said was you learned from your experience at A&M about what type of guys to recruit for your head coach and what type of guys is going to help you to win. Did y'all win out there?
Oh, very. Yeah, we won. Yeah, we won big. We averaged 25 wins a game for 6 seasons, 5 seasons.
That's not bad because most all coaches we struggle. Everybody struggle to get a 20 games.
Yeah. No, we don't.
And when you say 25 a game, that means y'all was winning.
We was winning. Yes, we was winning.
Was the city hot still? It's hotter than what it is?
What it is now?
Yeah, Vegas is hot. It's a hot, it's a hot
no,
place.
we had, when we left Vegas, it was hot because we was winning.
Yeah.
When you winning, but the expectations of people in Vegas, they always go back to talk, but we was doing our own thing in our own way.
Right.
Coach Kruger's his own man, we our own people. We wasn't trying to do what Talk did, we was doing our thing.
Yeah.
With much respect to Talk for what they did, of course, but we was doing our thing. Coach Kruger was doing it his way. He wasn't trying to be Jerry Tarkanian. He was being the best Lon Kruger.
No doubt, no doubt. That's the best way to do it. Be the best you that you can be, you know, and then everybody else will see. So from UNLV was a transition. We went from UNLV to Oklahoma.
That was a transition.
Now tell me this: when Coach Kruger took the job at Oklahoma, was there ever any doubt in your mind on whether he was going to bring you or not?
No.
Never.
No. I mean, I because I thought I did a good enough job at Vegas that he would bring me.
Means being a good job. I mean, like not just being a good assistant, doing your job to help him look good, but you getting players.
Yeah, getting players, help molding young men to men. You know, being in the community, doing everything I was supposed to do it as an assistant coach.
That's what's up. I was at transition Oklahoma though, man. You got red dirt. You know, people don't know it's red dirt. You got sand, dust clouds. It's cold up there, man. It's flat land, tornadoes.
But beautiful people. Very nice people.
Through all the smog, I feel you. Through all of that, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
Very, very nice people. But the tornadoes, I could live without those now.
How long did it take you to make that trip? No, when you first got there, what was one of the first things that you noticed? Just like, this shit is a little different.
There's no buildings. Where's the building? I just come from the bright lights.
No buildings, right.
No buildings. But I'm used to flatland because I went to Wichita State, so.
Right.
So, you know, it was cool. But the athletic department, what they love about the athletes and athletic, and in Oklahoma is big. You know, OU is.
No,
OU is OU.
It's that thing. Yeah. It's only, you know, sometimes people say there's only two schools in that whole state, really.
You know, the symbol is one. It's only one. So, you know, I'm still down with Crimson and Cream.
No doubt. Now, when you first walked on the campus and you walked into the facilities, whether it was a football facilities, you noticed that, and you walked into the basketball facility, you leaving UNLV, knowing that you were Coach Kruger, you still good with him, but when did you look at the place and be like, or when did it take time when you finally said, you know what, we're going to be all right here, I'm good with this?
Well, you know, being a basketball guy, you knew you was going to be okay anyway. I mean, like I said, we was going to the University of, coming from the University of Oklahoma, University of UNLV, going to the University of Oklahoma. I mean, Oklahoma is Oklahoma, so.
Right.
I mean, tradition is ridiculous, so, you know eventually you was going to be okay there as well.
Excited to be a part of that now.
Oh, yeah.
Who was your first recruit there?
It's my first recruit at Oklahoma. Sam Grooms.
Sam Grooms.
And Ahmad Mbai.
That must be a tall one. He a tall one.
6'9".
SJ, you tall. You remember him, SJ? I don't remember Sam Grooms, though. Where's Sam from?
Sam's from North Carolina.
Okay.
Good point guard for us.
Hey.
Now he's assistant coach at Connors Junior College.
Okay. So we go into there. How old were you, Doc? You were there for how long at Oklahoma?
6 years.
6 years.
Yes,
Five.
5 years at Oklahoma. You went to the Final Four last year.
Sweet 16 the year before.
Sweet 16 the year before that.
And lost in the first round the first two. No, we lost the first year. Then the next year we went to the NCAA.
Okay.
The next year we went to the NCAA. Then Sweet 16 the Final Four.
Okay, so that's history right there.
Mm-hmm.
What was the transition from when you was there a difference in the league that you played in from the Big 12 to the UNLV played in what league?
Mountain West.
Mountain West. What was it?
The Mountain West was good now, but the Big 12 is the Big 12. You know, I always say Big 12 is the most athletic skill league in the country, where they give you the physicality. It's more pro type, you know, where it's an athletic, physical league, you know, where the skill is good, you know. So it's more like NBA type players.
I like that. Well, I mean, you had one your final year anyway, Buddy. Buddy, he was in Wichita. He was in Kansas. What did he play?
Well, he's from the Bahamas though, but he went to prep school in Wichita.
No doubt. Originally from the Bahamas.
But Crutchfield recruited him. Chris Crutchfield.
Shout out to Crutchfield.
Yeah, did a great job recruiting them.
You had Buddy. You had Kadeem Latin from Houston.
Christian James.
Chisel. Y'all was putting it down though.
Yeah.
Cousins.
Cousins.
What's my man?
Ryan Spangler. Jordan Woodard. You know, we had a heck of a team, and they started. You know, we played them as freshmen.
There it is.
And each year they got better and better, but it's none like those two as far as work ethic.
Which two?
Isaiah and Buddy.
What you mean?
Work ethic. I've never, like I used to tell people, and I'm not comparing them, so world, don't say I'm comparing them.
Right.
I seen how hard Russell Westbrook and KD worked. And I used to tell people, they don't work harder than Isaiah and Buddy. I'm talking about work ethic. I'm not talking about better players.
Right.
They're better players.
No, it's a
We're just talking about work ethic.
Yeah.
You know, those two was man-made players. You know, they came in not with a lot of fanfare.
Yeah.
They made themselves players. I mean, with a little help from us, of course.
No doubt.
We just gave them the direction, and they just took it and ran with it.
Yeah. And they need that. And like you said, if they had that work ethic, they made themselves into the type of player that they are.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's what kids don't understand nowadays.
And then it just gravitated to the rest of our team, to Ryan Spangler, to Jordan Woodard, to Kadeem Latin, to Christian James. And, you know, now when people come in, the tone was set. Like, this is the way we do it here at Oklahoma. So you had to follow suit.
Yeah.
You know, if you didn't follow suit, you get left behind. And plus, they was telling you to get your behind in the gym.
Man, now I'm with you on that. And that's deep. And then y'all went to the Final Four. Huge accomplishment. Obviously, you know, the biggest one is getting it all.
Yeah.
But just to get there is like, you know what? It's monumental.
It's a lot of people wish they would go there.
No doubt. You'll never get back. Some people never get back.
Yeah.
It's that hard.
Yeah.
You know. So then it happens.
It happens.
It happens. What happened? Tell me.
Finally got my opportunity.
Where did it come from?
UTRGV.
Who made the call? Come on, elaborate.
Well,
Talk about it.
You know, Coach started he started it because that's where Coach Kruger started at. It was UT Pan American then. So he first started it. He first made the initial push for me. Then, you know, he called me and I was like, I don't know, Coach. You know, and what he did was he and the AD had talked already. The program had changed, so now the name is not UT Pan American anymore, it's UTRGV.
Right.
So now they're in the Texas system, so now they really, really want to win. You know, got a new facility coming up. It should be done next year. You know, just put money into the program. Just dedicate themselves to winning basketball games, you know.
Right.
And so that makes a difference. You don't want to go to a program that's not invested. So now that when they told me that, and then other schools was calling me, you know. But what made me pick them is just I wanted to start something. I wanted to leave my own legacy. I wanted to do something that's never been done there. So and with AD Chris King, who when I first talked to him, I was like, oh man, I like you. You got energy like I have. So you know, and then Coach and I talked some more with Chris and offered me the job, and I accepted it. When my son hit me in the ribs, like, take the job. You know.
Well, now, were you still playing?
Yeah.
Y'all were still playing. Y'all were in the NCAA tournament. And y'all winning, and at the same time, you focusing on winning, like now somebody tap you on your shoulder and say, hey, man, you need to check this out. What was your thought process going through right there? You know, because you want to win, and at the same time, did Coach Kruger come to you first about it?
Oh, yeah. He's the one. He's bigger. He was my biggest supporter.
So he comes straight to you and like, look.
Do what you got to do.
No. We ain't gonna do it. We ain't gonna. He came to you and been like, look here, Lou, I need to holler at you. Let me talk to you.
No, he don't talk.
You know what I'm saying? Give it up then.
He told me I should take it. Really.
Where were you at?
In the gym.
Who were y'all about to play? Y'all were preparing for somebody.
I don't remember. We wasn't in the Final Four yet when we started. I think it was Oregon.
Okay.
Oregon.
And you in the gym?
We're in California at the Elite Eight preparing for them. I think we was going to play Texas A&M first.
Okay.
So that's when the talks really started. But then they were interviewing other people, but obviously I couldn't go to interview because we were right in the middle of getting, and then we had a few days break, so then I went down to interview.
No. Hey, Lon, when did you first find out the job was open? Did Coach Kruger talk to you first about it?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Did he come to you while y'all was in the tournament and say, hey, Lou, might be an opportunity here?
Oh, yeah. He said, he asked me, was I interested? That's when I told him, I don't think so. I don't know, Coach. Then him and the AD and him talked again. Then he talked back to me like, AD's gonna call you.
Why were you like, I don't know,
Well,
Coach?
because they wasn't investing in winning at one point. So why am I gonna go somewhere where I'm winning right now to go somewhere who don't want to win?
Right.
But once I talked to Chris and seen the direction that the program was going, I got excited and hyped up about it.
Okay.
So then, the talks kept going. We kept talking and communicating. I started doing research about the school and where they are and what they want to do.
And you doing all this while y'all in the tournament.
Yeah.
And you like.
And scouting.
You scouting.
So
you in the
not
tournament,
sleeping.
And you trying to get it in.
So not sleeping.
And you got to see what's going on to pave. See if this is the best way for you and your family to go.
Exactly.
Man, that's a lot going on at that point in time.
Oh, yeah.
And like you said, you had to make sure that they were committed to winning.
Exactly.
Because you didn't want to put yourself in a dead-end road.
No, definitely
because
didn't want to do that.
You do that, it's like
now you're starting all over again.
Right.
And you don't know if you're going to get the break to get back to the level that you were at, or if you're just starting over again, or what the future holds.
Right.
So I just want to make sure that, like you said, the biggest thing was the commitment. If you're committed, I'll go do the rest.
Right.
I'm going to do the rest. So, we got to have that within ourselves to know that, not sounding cocky, but, it's just knowing the type of person that you are.
No doubt. Now, what conference is real grand? I mean, what's RGV? What we gonna call it? RGV?
No, you got to say UT. It's we the UT system now. So
UT
RGV.
RGV.
Yeah.
What conference we in?
The WAC.
Who's all in the WAC?
New Mexico State, Grand Canyon, UMKC, Chicago State, Seattle U. Utah Valley.
So basically, every time.
And Cal State Bakersville.
Okay.
Listen, this is funny.
Okay.
We played them the first game in the NCAA.
At Oklahoma.
In Oklahoma City. Yes.
Ooh. They looking for you too. They looking for you. One way or another, they gonna sit back and think they want to get something back.
They played us really well. They played hard. They played hard and tough. All of Ron Barnes' teams always play hard and tough defensively.
So y'all in the WAC. And that means most of the time, every time y'all leave, you going west. You going to the Midwest
all over.
or to the west, basically.
Yes. Beautiful cities, though.
No doubt.
Beautiful cities.
Lovely cities. You obviously are excited about being there.
Oh, yeah.
Was any how was the communication when it comes down to you were at UNLV, Oklahoma, winning, and now UTRGV. But it's your show.
My show.
What was your thought process going in? What is this is gonna be our stamp. This is where we're gonna do this.
Oh man, well, I just said I gotta get a staff. So remember you was asking me earlier about the staff.
Yeah.
So I the first time out I wanted people that I know and trust on my staff. I knew everyone except for Caleb, and the reason I hired Coach Caleb Villarreira because one of my former players recommended him very high.
Oh, okay.
So, and he's from the Valley, so I wanted someone from the Valley who could help me adjust to their lifestyle. Yeah. Because when you go different places, they don't have to adjust to you; you have to adjust to them.
Yeah, you need somebody to help you to navigate the proper way.
And so he's been great at that. And Jay, Stedman, who's I've known forever, he was the assistant coach down there, so I kept him on staff. So he helped me as well. So I just wanted to endear myself to the community.
That's big. How were the facilities when you walked in there? I don't know. I'm just asking.
Well, I knew it.
I'm gonna make my way down there.
Well, the facilities are growing, but I knew the field house which seats 2,500, but we're only gonna play in there one more year.
Okay.
So we're getting a new,
So we should, but is it to the point where it's even if it's fitting 2,500?
We should be. That's my favorite thing.
We gonna max it out.
Let's max it out.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm in the all over the valley begging, pleading.
Yeah.
Come hang out with us.
Max it out, baby.
Come crawl with us.
And
then we're gonna start sprinting here soon.
There it is.
Let's make it the best home court advantage in the country.
Man.
2,500.
Yeah.
Let's get 3,000. Make the fire marshals come close us down.
Yeah. And the crowd goes wild.
Crazy. We had a midnight madness last Friday, packed. So and then I told the students, don't let this be the last time you come to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Come back. We want to pack it like this every home game. We have 16 home games. Let's pack it 16 times.
Regardless of who it is.
Regardless of who we're playing. Because the way we're going to play, AWD, attack with discipline, is going to be a fun way to play.
Mm.
And it's going to be an entertaining way to play. So when people come and see and watch us, they're going to see our guys just give 100% effort every game.
Ooh.
That might not equate to wins right now, but eventually it will be.
Man, look, well, if they come and they see them jokers coming there with that energy and they plugged in, they diving, they bring that energy, the fans ain't got no choice but to support them.
Right.
They're going to enjoy that. They're going to see the growth, the process. You just want to grow together, right?
That's all I want to do. I spoke to freshmen. I said, hey, I'm a freshman, you're a freshman. Let's grow together.
Yeah.
Let's become sophomores and juniors and seniors together.
Yeah.
So hopefully my freshman class will be listening and they understand what I'm talking about.
How many people you got coming back from when you were before, that was coming back to the team that was there before you got there?
6.
About 6.
Mm-hmm.
Have they noticed a culture change? Have they noticed a change?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, they played zone last year and they walked the ball up. We don't walk at all unless the ref calls walking. We don't walk at all. We don't walk to the back of the line. We don't walk anywhere. We when you get off the bus, we picking you up.
That's what's up.
I mean, we changing defenses, we trapping, we having fun. We trying to shoot threes. That's the way I came up playing. So what I'm doing is, as I've been watching basketball and studying basketball for this long period of time, I've been coaching for 25 years, but I've probably been playing basketball since I was 3. So I've been through so many areas of this world, playing basketball, watching it. But I know the way that I like to play. And I'm an aggressive person by nature.
Hey, if you're going to bring that type of style to UTRGV, they're going to be in the building. They got no choice but to be excited about that. You're going up and down. It's not a slow motion game. It's not lethargic. You're just not just walking and moving it, piece by piece. You got action.
Oh, it's a lot of
action. You know what I mean?
Good and bad. It's going to be a lot of action.
Right. You can't take your eyes off something.
No. It's going to be action.
That's a difference, too, because even though you said that you got 6 guys coming back, they played zone. So they just work in an area. And now they got to be able to think outside the box. You got to expand. They should be thankful that you were there because you challenging them and giving them something that, look, if you have a chance to go on and play basketball, whether you're going to be another coach, this is what you're going to need.
Oh, yeah.
This is what you need.
You know what? I tell them all the time, I coach you hard, I coach you fair, but I love you. I love each and every one of my guys. I talk to them, I put my arms around them, but I coach them hard because not only do I coach them hard, I got to prepare boys to young men to men when they get out in this world that they're able to accomplish anything that they want to.
That's why you coach them hard.
That's why I coach them hard, because this world is hard we live in.
It's real.
It's real.
It's real.
But I coach them fair. I don't curse them. I don't do any of that stuff, but I coach them hard. I get on them. I'm positive with them, but I tell them the truth.
But you can't treat them all the same, though.
No. I might have to whisper in some of them here, but but they have fun. I have fun with them.
Yeah.
They was talking about rap to me the other day, so.
Rap?
Yeah. You gotta be able to go into their world.
Man, I tell you what, I wish I know you had a team meeting before I got here. I wish I could have pulled them off to the side and said, hey man, let me holler at you for a second. Tell me something that you like about Coach Hill.
That'd be cool.
That you didn't have last year. Hey, I'm not gonna tell him that you told me, but I'm gonna use it against him. But let me, you know what I'm saying? Has he put you on the line? Has he took you outside and told you, hey man, come holler at you for a second, man? Y'all keep practicing, man. Me and you finna walk around this corner for a minute because I need to whisper in your ear.
Nah, I ain't been there. We cool. I just, I have fun with him, man. I tell my guys all the time, and people through all this basketball stuff, they forget the three-letter word that I think is the most important.
Does it start with F?
Fun.
U-N-N.
Fun.
Yes.
You got to have fun.
Absolutely.
If you don't have fun, then you shouldn't be doing whatever it is you want to do. You shouldn't be doing it. Life too short not to have fun and enjoy whatever you're doing.
Man, I'm a firm believer in that. If you're having fun, then everything is gonna come with it. You ain't even afraid to work when you know that if you do the wrong thing and coach he's gonna get on you, but he understands that it's gonna happen as long as you.
My favorite saying, I used to tell people, I tell them all the time, say, coach is on my butt. That means I got to serve you. I got to take it out on you. He's on me. I got to take it out on you. Yeah. But have fun doing that. Yeah. So, and I tell my guys, don't ever take it personal. It's not personal. Once I said whatever I finished saying to you, it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Water the bridge.
Yeah, I'd have forgot about it.
I'm just gonna see how you respond to what I said. See if you do it.
Yeah. Sometimes I want you out your comfort zone. I'm challenging you.
No doubt.
Because if I only let you stay in your comfort zone, then you could never max out on your talent.
How many of those guys have you had to bring out of their comfort zone?
The whole team.
Oh. What?
The whole team.
Why is that?
Because they just got to get used to thinking and playing the way that I want them to play. And I want you attacking people. Just never. What's different about us, we want to attack you offensively and defensively. If you look around, you can't say how many people attack you offensively and defensively. They might attack you offensively, but then they pack line defense. Or they might attack you defensively, but they slow it up offensively. I want you to get out and play. I want you to, we're going to play fast, so you got to be able to make plays playing fast.
Yeah.
So and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to be authentic in the way that I approach it.
That's part of the culture change.
Yeah. So I just think we're playing a unique style and a fun style, and hopefully to equate into a winning style.
No doubt. Question: how has it been recruiting at that level now?
Well, it's been different. It's been different, but my assistants keep me grounded. They're always saying, you ain't getting the Buddy Hill and Isaiah, but I think, we on some good kids though, and we you can't comment on kids that we've gotten or whatever, but we're recruiting the right kids to come in and add to what we have already. Because the kids that I have now, they're playing very hard, and they're giving themselves up for what I'm asking them to do. So now we just have to mix them all in and stir the pot up a little bit.
So has the community, have they been able to just kind of see the needle moving a little bit?
I think they have. We'll see once we start playing home games.
Yeah.
But I think the reception that they've given me has been unbelievable.
No.
They've embraced me. I mean, Caleb been working his behind off getting me in the community, and I think the community has embraced me. I have open practices, so we got so many former players coming back. The coaches in the Valley has been coming and supporting me, and I'm gonna support them as well.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we have open practice, so you can come in there and see us and watch us, and we can sit down and talk about stuff that you like or don't like, but just talk basketball. If you just want to talk life, we can do that too.
Look.
Anything but politics.
No doubt. Let's not talk about that. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to say, look, man, if the UT Rio Grande Valley, the families down there, the community does not come out and support and to see what's going on, they just some fair weather fans. Y'all can't be fair weather fans down there. You got to come in and support. If you want to grow, you got to be able to support everybody. Let them know, look, I'm with you when you're down, and I want to be there when you're up. Because they people that they remember you when you was with them when they first started out. And if you're there with me all the way through, it's gonna be your success as well. Because everybody gonna remember. Come on now, man.
That's
a big community down there, though, right?
Oh, it's beautiful down there. It's beautiful down there. It's underrated. I call it the most underrated area of Texas. You know, everybody know about Houston and Dallas and San Antonio, but I'm talking about down in the valley. It's underrated. It's beautiful. I mean, when I went down there, I was like, wow. You know, I was like, wow. I mean, I never thought it would be that nice.
They got a young AAU team now. I think it's a South Texas Texas
my
joints,
son
right?
plays on it.
South Texas Stallions. Who are they?
What are they?
South Texas
Hoopsters.
Hoopsters. Yes, that's right.
He sleep over there.
They
He's
got
supposed to jump right in
players.
and said that.
They've had history. They've got some good guys. You know, obviously, you know, in order for them, you know, not that as a coach of summer team down in that area, they should also be coming out. 45 minutes away is the beach.
Yes.
They need to all be there.
Oh, I agree with you, and that's what we're fighting for. That's what we're out there begging for. Like I tell you, that's what we crying for. But I think they're gonna come out and support us. I mean, we've been getting a good response from everyone, and I mean, and what we got to do though, we got to get the students. We got to get the students there.
What's the enrollment?
27,000. But it's more like a commuter school right now. But I told them the other day, you don't need to go home. You need to stay.
Exactly. Treat it like high school.
Yeah,
after class is out, stay to the game. Stay. Let's talk a little bit. Let's hang out. Let's go to the deli. You know, get some ice cream, some cake, and then we're going to celebrate and watch this game. You know,
and if
might have some margaritas.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they love margaritas.
You know.
But the one thing about the Valley, they love to have fun now.
They
love to have fun, so that's why we playing this style so we can entertain them.
Okay. Now check this out, Coach. As we get ready to finish up, what would you, since this is your first year, the captain of the helm, what would you tell, since your experience, what is something for a new young coach that's coming in who's about to get a head job, some things that he needs to look out for, what he needs to be aware of, and something that may have caught you off guard?
Well, I tell you, it's when you move over those 6 inches, it's a lot more to do. And what I mean by that is you're doing more public speaking, you're out in the public, it's more paperwork, you know, it's more decision making. It's just like anything when you're in charge of something, it's more just decision making. So make sure you prepare for that and make sure that you hire a great staff. And don't hire everyone that's just like you.
Ooh, what you mean?
Like I can't hire one that's just a recruiter. You know, first of all, you gotta love basketball. You can't like basketball. I can't hire you if you don't love it. You gotta eat, sleep, and drink basketball. But you gotta hire somebody that maybe do the schedule, who's done it before. You gotta hire somebody who's good in the community, somebody who does the computer. You know, you gotta hire somebody that's, you know, it's like chemistry. It's like putting a basketball team together. You can't hire everybody that does the same. You can't recruit everybody that does the same thing.
Right. You gotta have some social networks, some media guys.
Yeah, you gotta have all of that. So when you get in a job and you're looking for people to hire, make sure you hire not just people just like you, and don't hire yes men. Don't hire disloyal people, but don't hire yes men. You know, just we can have decent conversations about things that you disagree with me about. That's cool.
Have you had anybody come and say, hey, Coach, I'm not good with that?
Oh yeah, they said, Coach, let's try it this way. And guess what? I did that with Coach Kruger.
Right.
Coach, let's try it this way. Sometimes he said, okay, that's good. Then sometimes you say no. But you got to be okay with the no.
Right.
It's not personal.
And keep it moving.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I've asked Coach Kruger a lot of stuff, and he'd be like, no. Asked Coach Kruger a lot of stuff. He said yes.
Right.
So that's part of it. It's like your brother and your sisters, your father and your mother. You're going to ask them for things. No.
Right.
Sometimes yes.
Yes.
And that's all. It's not personal.
Okay.
You know.
But should they hire their friends? Just hire your buddies.
Only if your friends going to work hard. Don't hire them just say they because maybe my friends. That get you fired.
Out.
Yeah. If your friend's not going to work hard for you, don't hire them.
How long is it going to take you to get things rolling down there? Let me tell you something. I was with Coach Tang the other day from Baylor basketball. and he had a great, he put it out there about, he likes for coaches, if you're going to be a new coach, for them to give you 5 years to be able to turn something around, to be able to see, because
for sure.
you don't want to be there after your 3rd year, because now your guys are just going to be sophomores, really. And then if you're not winning, they bring in somebody else, and they win with your guys.
Well, that kind of happened to us at A&M.
Exactly.
But I will say this though. At A&M, we didn't turn it quick enough. But you seen it turning. We did as coaches. But when you don't win and you don't see progression, that's our business. They're gonna go get someone else. But I would tell you, they need to be a little more patient, because it takes time to turn programs around.
Right.
Sometimes it takes 5 years.
And you about to be in the program changing business.
Yes. Sometimes it takes 5 years. Sometimes it takes 6 years. Because wherever the culture was, it takes 3 years just to change it. Then, now you get your own players in, now you got to develop them. And that might take a few more years, but I hope mine don't take 6 years.
How long you been married? Yeah.
9 years.
How is your wife responding to you being in grind mode again, even harder than before?
I never came out of grind mode.
Ooh.
That's the thing.
What?
I don't ever want to get comfortable, so I gotta stay in grind mode.
What's her thoughts on everything about that?
Oh, she's let me do my thing. That's my partner.
How she feel about living in Rio Grande Valley?
She's adjusting, but she really loves it.
She with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's down with me. When you got a partner, that's the biggest thing now. When you get a partner in this business we in, got to be ready to uproot, travel, take care of the family, because you gone a lot. Just hold it down.
There's ladies out there listening too.
Yeah.
Cause
you
they
gotta hold it down.
Yeah, they got a husband.
Like the old rap joint, you gotta have a ride or die.
I'm gonna have to get some wives on here at some point in time and talk to them about what it is from their perspective. Now let's do this as we talk. Who are 4 of your 5 top teams that you're gonna play this year?
Memphis.
That's
Iowa.
That's Coach Tubby, first year there.
One of my mentors. Guy I talked to, and he used to work for Coach Tubby.
You said Iowa?
Iowa.
They're Memphis going to the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, North Florida.
Ooh.
And last and but least, I give you the University of Houston, Calvin Sampson.
Coming back to the age.
Coming back to the age.
Ooh, y'all got 4. I need to see some. What's our colors? Blue and white. What's our colors?
No. I was just
black,
orange and gray.
I need to see some orange and gray when they come to Houston.
Orange and gray.
With
a little sprinkle of green and blue. We Rainbow Coalition.
Let's see if we can get some tailgaters from Rio Grande to come down to Houston when they come up here.
We have some UTRGV people here.
Gonna show some love then.
Yeah.
Gonna show some love. Well, I tell you what, Coach. Anything you want to send out to some people before we get ready to shut it down? Because you know what? This has been good. I think a lot of people learned a lot more about you, your history. The people down in Rio Grande, they understand what the expectations are now.
Oh, yeah. My expectations is always be the same. Win, help young men grow from boys to young men to men. That's my big, because, from where I come from, giving back is what it's about.
Yeah.
And so I've always, whether if I'd have played in the NBA or whether I was just whatever, just give knowledge back to the young men, because, we have to do that.
Right.
And so that's what I'm really about, just giving. I'm a giver.
What's the last movie you seen?
The one I seen on the bus that he put on and I fell asleep on. But the last movie I seen was Denzel, was the cowboy movie.
12 or whatever it is, the 8.
Oh, Magnificent Seven.
Magnificent Seven.
Oh, Denzel is my man. He's from Mount Vernon.
What?
Yeah.
No, he's out East Coast, so you know
he's a Mount Vernon cat.
Is he?
Yeah, he's from Money Earning.
Money Earning.
So that's my guy. So then, I seen Medea. I had to go. We seen Medea, the Halloween movie. So my kids love the movie. So.
What's one of your favorite pastimes to do when you're not in the gym? And obviously you with your family or solo, whatever. What is it?
Well, they like to go to the movies, so going to the movies. But I'm a reader.
Ooh,
I'm a reader.
That's a good
Yeah.
one. Last book. What you reading now?
It's Your Ship. Someone sent it to me. It's a Navy captain about leadership.
How far in are you?
Not far enough. I've been watching too much film. Film is taking the place of my reading right now.
I can understand. I get that.
But I'm a reader. I started picking up reading when I played in Europe because you have so much time on your hands.
Yeah.
So I was like, I always said, God, I wish I was reading like this when I was in college.
No, I say the same thing. Knowledge is king. You don't realize what it is, man. That information is powerful. But look, appreciate you taking your time out to come on to the summer. And the reason why we call it the summer because it's always hot in here. And people going to get some heat off of this right here. You're going to teach some guys, you know, and that's what it's all about. Educating, reading, educating, bringing information, sharing information. People be hoarding information too much.
Oh no, you gotta give it up. You gotta give it. As a coach, even talking to young coaches, I just try to tell them what mistakes I made, how to handle themselves, how to carry themselves, and then they have to make their own decision.
Right.
And I just tell them, like, I stayed true to true to who I was. That's probably why I got a job so late. But guess what? I could look in the mirror and say, I did it my way.
There it is.
It took longer, but if I probably would have did it that way, I might have became a head coach earlier. But be true to yourself.
And like my boy Mo would say, it was organic. It was done just the original way. It was done pure.
Yes.
And we're gonna end it on that. But we appreciate y'all tuning in.
Peace and love, Houston.
There it is. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll be up with y'all soon. Until next time, check it out. Yeah.